this week marks the 1-year anniversary of when I found out that I got accepted into graduate school. So I thought it'd be a cool idea to talk about what I wish I knew before I even applied to graduate school. Just to let y'all know, my boss has been on my ass all morning, so he might bust up in here and shut this shit down if he doesn't like the direction that this video is going. Never mind, he up in his sleep. I do have my notes here because I have anxiety and I forget shit. But one of the things I wish that I knew before applying to graduate school was I was gonna put on myself for no goddamn reason. So when I was in undergrad, I'm not gonna say it was easy, but it was kind of like, I kind of breezed on through that shit. And yes, I studied, I had to do research and stuff like that, but oh, this flow creaky as shit. I didn't have this expectation of myself. I guess it was like, I knew what my assignments were. I did them to the best of my ability. If I did get the shit right, I just emailed the professor like, hey, I need another chance. Or is there any bonus work? Which that never happened. Needless to say, I didn't put all this pressure on myself to make 100s on every assignment or anything like that. I felt like I had to be this prestigious type, know-it-all type, get 100 on every paper type, because there's no test. At least in my program, there's no goddamn test. It's just straight papers. That was stressful. That was stressful as shit. My first semester, I must have gained like 20 goddamn pounds because I didn't know what the hell to do with myself. So the second semester, I decided to test out taking the pressure off of myself. And it worked, kind of. Now, it was still stressful, but when I would research for a paper, I tried to do it in a way that was fun for me. Where it was like, bitch, you're not getting graded. You're just talking about what you research, your opinion on the research, or if it was fact-based, you know, just state the facts. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And I was okay. So I'm hoping to take that with me going into this fall because I don't need that shit. Okay, another thing I wish I knew were how many group projects I would have. 70% of my assignments were group projects or presentations. And it's like, oh my God. I get why we're doing it, because when you work in the field, you're going to be working on a team or group of other people. You're going to have to learn how to communicate and all this stuff. That's totally different than these group projects that we're doing. Some people, you know, who don't want to pick up their end, and so you kind of have to do more, or sometimes you're doing less because there's that micromanager who wants to step in and do the whole goddamn project, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with if you want to do that. But no, yeah. I'm tired of group projects. Another thing is about concentration options. In the social work, the graduate social work program, there's only 2 concentrations: working with children and families, or you can pick school social work, or going into macro social work. So actually it's 3. What the hell I'm talking about? 2 things on the macro level: working with policies and I don't fit into any of that shit, to be honest with you. My first internship was, I was working right under a medical social worker in a skilled nursing facility. And that kind of fits into the meso level because you're working in a hospital setting. My concentration now is with children and families because that's the closest concentration I'm gonna get to where I'm at. But I did find out at other universities, they have a multitude of other concentrations where they have a concentration for medical social work, or you know, the meso level, and they have concentrations for geriatrics. That would have been helpful if I wanted to stay in like a nursing home setting and things of that nature. So I wish I would have did a little more research on the different schools and their concentration. Now the school I go to now, their program has been accredited, so I can't really fault them for having just 3 concentrations because, you know, they're just getting their foot in the door. But yeah, now the major thing that I wish I knew before getting into graduate school was that the professors are not there to teach you shit. And graduate school is totally different than any other academic setting that I've been in. You're basically learning everything on your own. The professor is just there to be there, I guess. I've had some professors that interject their own experience into what we're learning on our own, but for the most part, my professors are just there as like a facilitator. So like if we have some group work to do in class, they're just there to facilitate and be like, well, in the real world, it doesn't happen like that. You know, something like that. They don't really teach. It's like if you didn't read the goddamn chapters they told you to, your ass gonna be lost, because they're going straight from their book. I missed class and didn't really miss class because I've done the research and the assignments that were due. So when I got back to class, it was like, whereas in like undergrad or even high school, if I missed class, it feel like I missed a whole 2 weeks of school or something, because they went over some shit that I needed to know for a test or something like that. But again, like I said, there's no goddamn test in graduate school, so I try not to miss. But you know, for normal reasons, like I'm sick or some shit like that, I have to miss class, and I'll email them like, hey, I'm not gonna be there, what am I gonna miss? And they write me back and be like, nothing really, like, and then I confirm that with my classmates, like, we ain't do shit. So yeah, it's sort of like you're learning everything on your own. So I wish I would have knew that. I probably would have picked a strictly online program. No, I wouldn't, because no, that wouldn't work. I hope that was helpful. Let me know what you think down below. And yeah, I start my second year of my program later on in August. So of course I will keep y'all updated on how my life is going with that. But yeah, I've just been chilling through the summer, or trying to. Not really. All right, I will see y'all next time.
Every day, I need it, I gotta get paid. Young and thuggin', trapping out the whole way. Ghetto children from the 90s keep a